General Ignila is waiting for them in order to slaughter them. If anyone escaped from General Ignila, hey, General Okafor, Chris Okafor is waiting for them. Now, this time, nobody can escape.
It's obvious Arome Osayi was after all right when he clearly explained what a cartel will do when they feel threatened.
Even if a false prophet stands and begins to minister, you are not aware that it's false, but you believe in what he is saying, you accept his ministry. What you have done is that you have enthroned the spirit that he is a mouthpiece to, all right, to influence your life as though that spirit were your God.
In the recent time, we have seen both subtle and direct attack on the person of Arome Osayi.
And God shifted. Then you should have the authority to say there is no miracle man.
All because he spoke up against an act which obviously, since the inception of practices such as miracle money, YouTubers have spoken up to condemn the practice, showing evidence of an actual staged miracle testifiers. But it looks like Christian leaders such as Arome Osayi weighing into this matter biblically has caused a major blow on the integrity of the so-called cartel. Why do I feel J. Israel had a part with the likes of Chris Okafor and Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin in order to help them score cheap points of vindication and publicity on the media? I mean, how would you describe how Chris Okafor captured J. Israel visits when he was on an apology tour in Nigeria? If you understand media propaganda, you can testify this is a loud message being passed across by Okafor team or Chris Okafor himself. And still on the matter of associations of cartel, there's this trending video which obviously I believe if you have been on this space you would have seen. But however, because of the person involved, what is said, and the most likely group of pastors or Christian leader he was referring to, I think it's worthy we take a quick review on what was said and who possibly he was referring to, and also to see if you can draw some lessons from it.
Was a drunkard before, you that was humanizing before, that the blood washed you, that you are even still committing sin, and you are using righteousness message attacking people to cover up. You are not allowing the blood to do it. You didn't die for us, and your blood cannot wash us clean.
At this point, Christian leaders such as Abel Damina comes to mind because he is notorious of his grace message, which suggests once saved, you are forever saved. Hence, whatsoever you do does not really matter.
If you say a believer, because he has done something wrong, will go to hell, God's oath to that believer will make God and the believer enter hell. And you know, when the believer enters hell, it becomes heaven. Because anywhere God is where heaven is.
And of course, he has been on the foray of calling prophets thieves.
Only Barawo.
So could this be Ignila referring to Abel Damina?
Hearing me, he died for you. Don't let any man of God make you feel that your sin cannot be washed by the blood. The blood is available to wash. We are not called to be judgment officer. We are called to be instrument of salvation, to win soul for Christ, not to condemn them, to show them the way to Christ. We were once like them. If I see a preacher condemning people, I know he does.
Speaking of correcting prophets in error, we have established in one of our video how in the Bible Paul rebuked Peter publicly for an irresponsible act exhibited by him. Or how will you describe this scripture in 1 Timothy chapter 5 from verse 19 to 20 that says, "Against an elder receive not an accusation, but for 2 or 3 witnesses, them that sin rebuke before all, that others may fear." It's quite clear when you see Christian leader raging because their ego was touched, then it is a clear indication that the best of us is still man. an urgent need for us to remove our gaze from men and have it fixed on God, because the best of a prophet is still man. It is only God that can supply us with the grace to stand firm and to remain standing until the last day. Please leave your comment on the comment section, and do like our video, share as well. Thank you. See you next on our next publication.